right? Yeah. Okay, fine. That's cool. Okay, here we are. So excited to see you guys. This is gonna be awesome. Happy Tuesday. I am smiling even more because I was just chatting with Megan, and I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram, they said that there's a big launch tomorrow. So I'm like, so how big is this gonna be? And she's like, I'll tell you what she said. She's like, ginormous, gigantic. Wait, hold on. Like, she sent me like 5 adjectives. Not big, huge, ginormous, monstrous. So who knows? I'm excited. So anyway, we need it, right? Because it's like the end of the month. We have these challenges going on. I'm like a fire ants in my pants. I can't stay still. But just wanted to say a quick hi. Just say thank you for being here, you guys. I see a lot of new names. I don't see many faces though. Like, I don't know what you guys are probably, doing stuff. But anyway, I see some nice, pretty faces. So excited to see you guys. You're eating. That's fine. It's around dinner time, so not here. It's 9 p.m. I just put my kids in bed. We're cool, but I know some of you. I mean, look at you, Amanda. It's like so sunny and bright out there. Yeah, from Canada. How exciting. So, okay. Couple of important things. Are you guys all following the challenges from corporate? Make sure you're putting it in the tracker. Don't forget, track it. I spoke with Sam today because he was kind of preparing me for, because I go live tomorrow. I'm not freaking out at all. At 12 Eastern time, I'll be giving you guys the challenge. But I told Sam, my team totally got this because we do that all the time. And I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but I know that for you guys, for a lot of you, it's going to be like, I own this baby. So I'm excited to see what comes out of that. And anyway, so yeah, so they said that corporate is super happy about the the overall results. So let's keep it up, you guys. Strength in numbers. He said he's done these type of challenges with other companies before, and that he's never had this amount of turnout. He said one of the previous companies, there were like 35,000 distributors in a challenge, and only about 2,500 out of 35,000, 2,500 participated. And so anyway, so let's just keep it up. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So we have 2 special guests, and I don't want to do a ton of talking because you guys hear me all the time. But my idea for our Tuesdays meetings is that you don't just hear from me, but you hear stories, right? I feel like we want to learn from others, different perspectives. We always learn from other people. So we are going to hear, I don't know who's going first, Kaylyn or Wendy. It doesn't matter who goes first. But they are awesome. This is, Wendy is the mom, the older sister. Wendy's the mom. Kaylyn is the daughter. They are, so Kaylyn was one of Tracy's first few reps, right? Yeah. So you joined a little over a year ago, and Wendy just a few days after. So they've been in the business a little over a year, just like everybody on these. Like, I mean, I started in February, and then after that, we all kind of have been joining, which is so amazing, you guys. So I asked them to speak on the call because recently I've seen like this huge momentum and epicness. To me, it was like something clicked, and from a distance I can see it, and I want them to share with you guys a little bit about that. So without just sharing too much, I want them to share their story, a little bit of their story, why they joined Zyia, what Zyia has been doing for them. And they'll share with you guys some tips that I'm sure will help you guys. So let's, I don't know, who's going first? Kaylyn. Okay, you got this. Let me unmute you, sis. Hold on. Give me a sec. And thank you, Kaylyn, for doing this. I know you have 2 little ones at home, and this is crazy time. There you go.
Thank you. Hey.
Hi.
And actually, can you text Tracy? She's having trouble getting on the call.
Okay, I got her.
Hear that? Okay. Awesome. So I'm Kaylyn, and like Paula said, I've been in the business for a little bit over a year. Before I joined Zyia, I was a Beachbody coach, and totally loved what I was doing. I had some unfortunate circumstances arise with the person I signed up with, and or not signed up with, I guess I was placed under her after Tracy jumped ship. But I had some unfortunate circumstances going on there, and Tracy my upline had signed up with Zyia, and she was sharing it with me, and she was just telling me, like, this is amazing, we have to get in on this. I was like, I've never heard of this before. The clothes are expensive, like, this isn't for me. And she was like, no, it is. And she just kept encouraging me. So finally I was like, I'll try a pair of leggings and I'll host a party for you, but that's it. Like, I'm down to get some free stuff, but like, I'm not interested in starting another business. And so she was like, fine. And so I tried. I don't know if you guys remember when I first signed up, they had these red leggings. They were like the red.
Those were the first ones she bought too.
The terrible leggings. They were so terrible. And so I didn't stay in place. They were not anything about like what Zyia is about. They weren't like that. And so yeah. So I was like, oh, but I still agreed to host a party. And it was like a few days leading up to the party, we were texting, and I was talking about all these people that were interested, and like, just, I was showing more interest in it. And she's like, Kaylyn, we should totally make this your launch party. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, let's just sign you up, and this can be your launch party. Like, no big deal. And so I thought about it for a little while. And like the day before my party, I was like, fine. You know what? Like, I talked to my husband. He said, I've got faith in you. Just do what you want to do. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, but like, I'm scared out of my mind. So I guess I'm just going to do it and see how it goes. So I signed up the day before my party with her and kind of like threw myself into it. And like, I remember even after I pressed like sign up, I was like, oh my God, did I just make a huge mistake? Like, I really. And you know what, though? That's the fear talking. Like, and I've learned through personal development and like through my experiences that fear is telling me, like, you're on the right path. Keep going. There's good things coming. But at that point, I was just scared out of my mind. So that's just a little bit about how I got started. Since then, I have grown a team. I think we're about 30 reps strong now. Yeah, this past month I rank advanced to senior director, which was huge. Oh my gosh, it was so huge. And I still can't believe that it happened. But for me, like, when I finally realized that I could actually do something with this business after I got over all the fears and doubts, I really wanted to gain some financial freedom. And I know that for a lot of people, it's like money is kind of like taboo, but for me, like, financial freedom brings a lot of other things, like time freedom, like the ability to go on vacations with my kids, the ability to go to Target and buy them a toy and not even think twice about it, so that is something that became a really big goal for me. And that's something that I've been able to have through Zyia. So like, I have my own like Zyia bank account now, and it's my money, and I pay my credit card off every month with it. I have like play money that I can spend on my kids or my husband or myself or whatever. And it's really changed like my relationship with my husband, because we're not, arguing over money as much, because it's my money that I'm earning with my job. And so it's just, I don't know, it's been life changing. Yeah.
You earned a trip.
I earned a cruise that I went on with my husband. It was our first trip since we had kids. So that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I've also, gained a lot of friendships. A lot of the people who are on my team are people that I just met online, but they've, quickly become some of my best friends, which is awesome. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm also a full-time teacher. So I love to learn. And I love that this business has me constantly learning and growing and being challenged. So that's just something that I really enjoy. But okay, let me get into the tips now that you know all about me.
Awesome.
So I just have 3, and they're pretty simple, and they're probably things that you've heard a million times before. But number 1 is to be genuine, because people can tell when you are and when you aren't. And for me, like, I don't know, it was probably a lot of people feel this way, but growing up, I always felt like I had to be a certain way. I had to act a certain way. And so I was kind of like a social chameleon, and I would just change my personality and the way I was depending on who I was around, kind of like to please people, But in order to be successful, I feel like you have to be genuine, even if everybody's not going to like you because of it. So that's something that I've really tried to focus on lately. Just showing myself in my Instagram stories, and like going live and showing like my real personality and being genuinely me. So that's my number 1 tip, is to just be genuinely you.
Be you. Do
Yeah.
you, boo. Be you, boo.
Number 2, focus on the process and not the results. And this one is killing me this month, because I want the stinking trip so badly. And I'm sorry, I'm going to cry. I want this so bad.
No.
Sorry. I'm 2 reps away and like $1,500. So
Happen.
I know, but I want it
happen.
so stinking bad. But I have to focus on the process, because if I just focus on that, I'm gonna strike out, because I'm gonna have the fear of failure. Mm-hmm. So focus on the process, the little things that you do every single day that help you to reach your end result. So that is something I'm like really, really trying to focus on and not let myself crash and burn. Mm-hmm. So that's number 2. And number 3 is to build the team. So when I first signed up, I did not want to build a team. I did not. I just wanted to pay for myself to get some extra clothes and make a little money and just be done. But building a team has just been so fulfilling, and being able to lead them is really scary. But at the same time, it's helping me become a better person. And it's so amazing to hear the people that are signed up under you, that are in your downline, in your family, have success and like be able to do things like pay off car payments, pay mortgages, pay, put in order, hearing the things that Zyia is doing in their lives is like really fulfilling. But also for you, if you're in for the long haul with Zyia, I feel like building a team is what you need to focus on, because that is going to really help you grow your business to the next level. So that is it for me.
I want to give you a hug right now, Kaylyn.
Sorry,
no. I know how you feel, but I also can tell you it is so doable. And what you said is so true. Focusing on the process, focusing on the activities, the daily activities, without focusing so much on what the result is going to be, because it could take weeks, it could take days, and then all of a sudden, boom, all these people are like, oh, for example, I'll give you guys an example. I've been talking to this one friend, and she told me, I'm probably gonna sign up in the future, but just not right now. I'm like, and I messaged her, I'm like, so what is holding you back? And for weeks she hasn't replied. Today she said, I'm saving the money so that I can sign up. She was laid off from her work. So you just never know. Like, I thought, oh, okay, she's just ignoring me, and it's not that. It's just she doesn't have the money, so she asked her husband for the money, and I guess he said no, so she's trying to save it and put it together so she can sign up. So that tells you, people are not necessarily, things are going to happen. We just have to focus on the activities. What you said, I'm not taking it personal. I would just add to that. Don't take the results it's not a sign of weakness. It's not that you suck at it or anything. It's just, I think it's all about timing, right? So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. It's exciting to hear your voice and to hear your passion. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Wendy, you ready? Let's hear from your mama.
Me? Can you hear me? You can. Okay. First of all, Kaylyn, I wish I was there. I'd give you a hug too.
Oh, I know.
My poor daughter. I hate it when she cries. So virtual hug.
Yeah.
So anyway, so my story is a little bit different than Kaylyn's, and probably not as exciting, but and it wasn't really normal. So I would say that the normal mother-daughter story would be when the mom recruits the daughter into the business, right? So ours, in fact, was the complete opposite. So we had a reversal here. And my daughter, so she was only a few weeks into Zyia, and she kept talking to me about this Zyia business, and it's so awesome. And moms, they're very supportive of their daughters. And so before you know it, I actually had bought, I don't know, Kaylyn, if you remember what I bought, but I bought something and of course fell in love with the clothes, just like all of you fell in love with the clothes. And so I was good. I was going to buy activewear for my daughter and things are going to be great. But of course it didn't end there. So then she started with, Mom, you need to come and join me in the business. But that was another story. I had never, ever run a small business and didn't have the slightest idea how to do it or what it involved, just like probably a lot of you. And she kept saying, don't worry, Mom, you can do this. And eventually she wore me down. And so and it wasn't very long. Now that I think about it now, I've probably been in this business close to a year. So I don't even think it took her a month.
No, I looked at the date.
No. Yeah, it wasn't very long.
Like 7 days.
So it was a little different because I've always been the boss at work, and now all of a sudden I was not the boss. And in fact, I had no idea what I was doing and had to ask her 1,000,001 questions. And I'm sure there were times that she got extremely frustrated with me. I know there was. And there was some times that I would text her a question and her answer would be, Mom, really? So we had a little bit of that. There was definitely a learning curve, but we've worked through that and we have an amazing relationship now. But in the beginning, I just wanted to talk a little bit about, there were so many reasons in the beginning that I did not know if I could make a success out of this business or not. First of all, I'm an introvert. And so I don't seek out situations where I have to be social or speak or whatever. And I didn't know if I could sell. I mean, I'm a family nurse practitioner by trade, and I guess I did sell my services to patients, but that was like twice removed, and I was never actually the one selling. And I worried a lot about what people would think of me. I mean, I was at that point about 6 months away from retirement, and I worried that my peer group would say, why is she taking on a small business when she's supposed to be getting ready to retire? And then there were some few, I think they were pretty big barriers. First of all, I had no Instagram account, and I did not even know what Instagram was. That was one of the times that Kaylyn went, Mom. So, and I only had a moderate Facebook presence, and so those were things I had to overcome. And the other thing is, well known now in the Zyia world, that Wendy hated doing live videos, and I'm sure some of you on this call don't like the idea of doing live videos either. But they're very, very important in our business, and they're something that you just need to figure out a way to be able to do. And I'll tell you what my way was here in just a minute. You need to, with a lot of what we do here, there are things that you will be fearful of, and through personal development and through your peer group, you need to work through those and face those fears. And pretty soon you'll be like me, and doing a live video is a piece of cake now. So, but anyway, so there were a lot of things I had concern about. So I thought, how in the world, I'm still working, how in the world am I going to start this business? So I focused on some of the positives, and I think everyone has positives. What are things that you bring to the table that you already know that you can work on to then will help you start growing your business from the beginning? So I'm very organized, and I'm very driven, and I'm a self-motivated worker. So that's my cat, sorry. And so I had that going for me. And the other thing is, I've worked for many years building virtual relationships at work. I manage virtual teams, so I knew how to build a relationship with people that I'd never met. So that actually turned out to be a real advantage for me. And I started building relationships with people both on Facebook and yes, on Instagram. And these people later became my customers. And in the beginning, and I think this is important, not necessarily to always go straight to the business. Talk to them about other things that you might find on their profiles that are of interest to you, that you have a common interest. Talk to them about that first. Before you end up diving into the business aspect. And I find that works. And that's not even one of my pointers. That's just something that I have discovered. So for me, because I'm an introvert, I concentrated in the beginning on having parties because they were smaller and I felt more comfortable, and I got my feet wet doing that. That's how I taught myself to be more natural in front of the camera, and just more comfortable in the live video arena. And from there, I branched out to a bigger space. But what I really learned from all of that is that we have such an amazing product. The clothes sell themselves, but the customers buy from you. They buy because of your relationship with them and the relationship they've developed with you. So don't ever shortcut that. That is going to be one of my tips, is to really work on cultivating those relationships, and think of everybody that you talk to as somebody that may be a long-term customer, not just buying a bra or a pair of leggings. They could be with you for years and years, really. So things that I would say, it's no secret that it took me, I always could sell, and I always was very consistent with selling activewear and making my quotas and all of that, but it took me a really long time to recruit my first rep. So I'm here to tell you, never get discouraged. It actually took me 10 months before I signed my first rep and rank advanced. And then it kind of snowballed from there. So once it happened, it kept happening. But I think that I was doing all the steps. It just wasn't happening for me. So you may be in that same boat, but just keep going, keep doing everything that you have been doing, and it will happen. There's a saying that I really like, and it says, great things are done by a series of small things brought together. And I think that's really true with our business. Mm-hmm. So I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 things that I would like to say as pointers for everybody. The first one is consistency is key. And we stress that a lot in our trainings, but it's so true. You need to do something to move your business forward every day, even if it's a little something. It all adds up to great things. A really good example of that is the list that we were asked to make today. This challenge that we had today is great because from personal experience, I'll tell you that I was really good at doing my cold messages, but I wasn't really good at following up. So by making a list, and actually mine's a spreadsheet because as you can tell, I'm that way. But I actually put follow-up dates on there and I've stuck to them. And it's amazing what that has done for me. Today, for example, I did follow-ups and I booked 3 parties. So I might not have talked to those people.
Kaylyn's face. She's like, what?
I know.
Lacking over here.
All right. So
who needs that spreadsheet?
I know. It's a pretty cool spreadsheet. Consistency. Second one would be developing relationships. And I stress that these customers are not for one purchase. They could be for your lifetime. You touched on, or somebody touched on, personal development. So listen to personal development whenever you can. Make time for it. I do Burn Boot Camp in the mornings at 6 a.m., but I get up at 4:30 and I realize this isn't for everyone. And I listen to personal development as I drive the half-an-hour drive to Burn Boot Camp.
Wendy, sometimes what are you do you listen to a book? Is there one that you would be like, oh my God, this one was pretty good?
Well, lately I've been, first of all, I did both the Girl Wash Your Face and Girl Stop Apologizing, and I did those on audiobooks. But lately I've been listening to Ray Higdon. I really like him because he talks a lot about MLM marketing and he has a lot of good things to say. I know there's several others, but you know what, Paula, I can't think of their names right now.
It's okay. That's good.
But they're short. Sometimes it's only 10, 15 minutes, but they add up. And, some of the hints I will take if they suggest, I know. I listened to one with Ray and he was talking about Facebook Lives and he was telling about how to provide value in Facebook Lives. And by going on and see if I can remember this, and you ask a question, something that everyone's interested in, like leggings being squat proof, let's just say. And then you go on to answer the question and provide information perhaps about your product, and then leaving it open-ended at the end where if they want to know more information about that, they're going to message you. So it provides value to them. It's not just us getting on and putting our product on all the time. So it's just like little things like that you stick away, you use in your business, they work, you carry them forward. Mm-hmm. Let's see, one more, and that is find a Zyia accountability partner. Someone. They could be a virtual person that you never met. It could be my daughter. It could be a friend, whatever. But if you find an accountability partner, it's going to help you. They will have your back. They will be there to support you and encouraging you. And in a virtual world, that's very, very important. And I think Sylvia is on the call. She is my virtual accountability partner. She lives in Texas. I've never met her. We talk. We found each other on Instagram and we talk. But we talk about everything and we support each other and encourage each other and move each other forward and proud of each other and suggest things to each other. But if you could find that person in your group, I think that will help you because everybody has days, well, maybe they're not feeling like Superwoman, and that person is the person that can make you feel good again about yourself and move you forward. So that's it.
I love that. I love everything. That was so good. So good. Thank you so much, lady. I always say girls. We're all girls. Very, very helpful. I have to say, these are things that we hear all the time. But like listening to you guys say this, it's like, yeah, like that's what's working. There's no secret sauce. There's no magic script or anything like that. It's just, and I feel like hopefully hearing it over and over, it like sticks. Like I tell you guys, for years, I was with another company. Some of you know, I was with Beachbody, and I heard 2 things that I always heard, and I heard it so much. I mean, they never really like, I never really grasped the meaning of, number one, the importance of personal development. I was like, I don't need that. Like, I got this. Who needs personal development? Like, I'm fine. Like, I'm motivated. I'm driven. What else? Like, I don't need to improve anything. And then the other one was treat your business like a business. I'm like, yeah, like, this is a fun business. This is a good business. But treating your business like a business, a big part of it is showing up every day, even if it's a little bit, even if it's just for a little bit. If it's a Saturday or it's a Sunday, you want to take the day off, whatever, at least show up for a little bit somehow. Make an appearance in one way or another, like maybe share a recipe, something that you're cooking for the week, or just something, show up for the business. So this is great, great helpful information. Do you guys have maybe anybody has it's already 9:32. We just have a couple more minutes. We're not going to get disconnected, but we won't stay here all night. But if you guys have maybe a question or two, maybe they we have them here now. See, I don't know. I'm just checking the chat. Thank you, Kaylyn, for the recommendations. Oh, Lori Hart, I have her book. I haven't listened to her podcast. And you're happy. That's good. And you're happy. Thank you for sharing. Anybody? Questions? We're good? Yeah? Well, that was really helpful, you guys. Thank you so much. Wendy, that's so amazing. Kaylyn, I'm so happy to hear about your breakthrough. It's now there's something clicking in my mind. Like, sometimes what is holding some people back from recruiting is not knowing what to say or not knowing what to do, but it's more the fear of leading. The thought of being a leader is scary, right? And yes, it is kind of scary, but think about it. You're just leading the way, and everything is a skill that we can learn. Everything is something that we can improve at, that we can work on. Part of personal development is that. So if you are taking steps into, just the fact that you joined Zyia makes you a leader. Like, you took a step in faith, doing something, and then there's others that are going to be following you. So to me, you're all leaders. To me, you have what it takes. I don't feel like I'm a good leader. I'm constantly also, like Wendy says, like, I'm always listening to podcasts, books, and trying to learn from other people. So don't get discouraged by fear of fear of leadership, fear of failing, because we're in this business. We're going to fail a lot. And that's how we learn, and that's how we get better. So super, super proud of you guys. May is awesome. I think tomorrow we have awesome lunches. Super exciting. Let me see. Is there something that I'm missing? Yes. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody. Oh, there is a question here. How do you balance? Yeah, Kaylyn, that would be great to hear. Balance with that.
Yeah. So I saw that question, and to be honest, there isn't a balance. There's some days that have to be more focused on my day job teaching, because there just are, deadlines or things that I have to meet for that. And so on those days, Zyia takes a step back. But then the next day, I make sure that when I get home from break, I am working. I'm purposeful about that. I also try being the operative word here, try to wake up 30 minutes before I really have to, because I'm not my mother and I have never been an early morning person. And so I wake up 30 minutes early, and I get some stuff done in that 30 minutes. I get some done on my lunch for about 30 minutes. I work on my planning sometimes, but really I think the best, or the most important thing you need to hear is that it is not balanced because some days I work Zyia. Some days I work on school stuff, and some days I spend time with my family. And it's just like you have to be aware of when your family needs you the most, when your full-time job needs you the most, and when your business needs you the most. And try different amounts of time and see what works best for you.
That's wonderful. True. There's don't like all those Instagram posts about balance and there has to be balance. Yeah, but it's unrealistic. It's so unpredictable. Right? No balance. I love it. Somebody else asked another thing. How did you grow your following on Instagram?
Well, my mom went from 0 to like, what do you have now? 4,000 or something?
What?
I think it's over 5 now. Yeah. In 1 year.
Okay. Spill the beans, lady.
The one to ask. I've been slacking.
So I think one of the most important things about Instagram is also having that presence and posting consistently. I think probably, wouldn't you say, Kaylyn, that's where I tend to, I tend to be very consistent with that and post every day.
Yeah, and she's going to start doing Instagram stories like tomorrow.
Yeah, because I promised my daughter I would.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this is like without, 5,100. Look at you. Okay. I'm going to follow you right now.
We also use STEM Social.
Okay.
So we signed up using the Zyia discount, and that has grown our following immensely. And then we also have it set up to send auto messages. I know mine sends to like any new followers, and my mom has one set up to send to like people who like her photos. And I get so many messages back from those to start conversations that turn into things. My most recent rep that signed up, her name is Stacy, and she got a STEM Social message, and we started a conversation, and she was interested, and that was it. So you just never know who you're going to get that one message sent to that's going to be like, yes, let's do it. So I don't know. That's been really helpful in growing our following and in just expanding our network and relationships.
It's very fun. Your page is very fun, Wendy.
Oh, thank you.
What I have to stalk yours. I'll tell you guys something. I spend more time on Facebook than Instagram just because it's more comfortable for me. Like, I've done everything on Facebook. I always say, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm like super boring. I'm so much more fun and awesome on Facebook than Instagram. I don't know, but thank you for the reminder to be more consistent on Instagram than just kind of like I am on Facebook. But it's different platforms and different things that work. And look, Wendy started a year ago. She didn't even know what Instagram was, basically.
Right.
And look at this, like everything is figureatable. Okay, so never be afraid to learn, challenge yourselves, and just continue to. I love the saying, success leaves clues. This is it. That's it. Focus, think about where you're going to be a year from now, and be consistent and dedicated every single day with the little activities, and success is going to happen no matter what. Right? So, wait, let me see. I see a couple questions. Do you post the same thing on Facebook that you do on Instagram? Do you create new stuff? What is the name of the program? Kiki, the program is, I have to maybe post something on the team page. It's STEAM Social. STEAM Social. It's there was some email, maybe you weren't in the company at that point, but it's called STEAM Social. I just typed on here, and there is a special discount for Zyia reps. STEAM Social. Oh, there you go. You're quicker than me, Kaylyn. What is the name of the program? Okay. Okay. If you post the same thing on Instagram and Facebook, you guys.
So I see a couple questions. Do you post about Zyia only or everything on Instagram? So I have 2 separate Instagrams. I don't think my mom does. I'm not sure. But I have like my personal one, and then I have my business one. My personal one, I really do like my family and things like that on there. And then my business one, I post like my outfit every day basically, but I don't just say, hey, look at my outfit. I'm like, my workout today was blank and this is my favorite move, or like I'll post something inspirational, like motivational quote, something like that. So try not to be super focused on the clothes. And then somebody else asked, do you guys have someone to help you make your poster collages? No.
No.
Not all ourselves, but we do share with each other. Like one of the last release days, my mom was out of town and she was like, I need collages of all the clothes right now. And I was like, okay. So I like quick made collages and sent them to her. But I try to, like, if I make something and I think it's good, I'll share it with my team. And I think everyone should do that, because why not?
I know, it's make life easier for each other. You know what I mean? Whoever jumps on it first, just pass it along, baby. Right? Yeah.
It's a give and take. We're a good team that way.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's it. So hope you guys got some great reminders and some great notes. I have a full page of things like, you guys, I've been doing this for a long time and I'm like, oh shoot, yeah, like I have to wake up early and listen to personal development. Like I do when I'm cooking and stuff, but it's when you get that fresh in the morning, it just sets the tone for the day. So many things going on. I know you guys, but focus on the most important tasks. What are the business growing activities? And if I can give you a hint, the challenge that corporate is doing is that. Like it's what successful people in the business are doing, not just Zyia reps, but just in general. That's how you grow the business. Little things. Your why, remembering your why constantly, going back to your why. Today's challenge, building the list. And then tomorrow, I'm not going to tell you. You have to wait until tomorrow. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you for showing up. If you haven't completed your challenge, go do it. Enter your name on the tracker. Don't miss out on all the prizes that they're giving, that they're going to be rewarding. So I think that's it. Thank you, ladies. You guys are amazing. I'm so happy you said yes. You guys are just awesome. And have a great rest of the week, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.